I'm going to show you in this video how to make your very own square knot macrame lanyard with a safety break finish. These are perfect for keeping your keys or your work badge close and secure. So you're going to need some 3mm yarn. I'm using this beautiful variegated one, it's a recycled cotton. Also going to need a nice strong metal lobster keyring clasp and your safety breakaway finish. So we start off by attaching our yarns onto the breakaway clasp, and I've just hooked it loosely onto my lobster clasp there so that I can hang it up. That makes it easier to do your work. So you want to fold your yarns in half, but you want to fold them in such a way that one end is considerably shorter than the other. You want your middle pieces to be about 74 centimeters, and then you've got all the rest of your longer outside pieces here. So I'll attach them on and then I'll show you what that looks like. So with a lark's head knot, fold your yarn, put it through the safety break, out the other side, and then put these loose pieces through the loop. And you want your shorter piece to be on the inside. Do the same with your second piece. Push the loop through the safety break, and then push your loose ends through the loop. Tighten that up there, and then you'll see that the inside pieces are considerably shorter than the outside pieces. The inside pieces stop here, and the outside pieces keep going. So this make is made up entirely of square knots, which you'll see this is what the square knot looks like here, and we're going to do that on our lanyard here. So we take our two longer outside pieces, cross the right one over, take the left one behind and through the loop, pull it all the way through, and then pull both sides away from each other whilst holding onto the middle and tighten to the top. That's half a square knot. Now we want the left side over, right goes over, behind and through, pull it all the way, and that is one single square knot. And we will continue doing that. Right side, left side, behind and through, half a square knot, left, right, behind and through, full square knot. To stop when you've got about 43 centimeters or 17 inches of knots from halfway on your safety break. So just put your tape measure halfway at the clasp, and when you've got about 17 inches, then you've got enough. That's one half of your lanyard. So now we need to do exactly the same on the other half. And what I like to do here is just remove your clasp and then hook it up like that, and then I just use one of these little bag clips to hold it together, otherwise it slips. Then we need to add some more yarn onto this side of the safety break. Okay, so 2 more lengths of 310 centimeters, folded again unevenly so that you've got a short length of about 74 centimeters on each. Put them through this side of the breakaway clasp and attach them again with lark's head knots, making sure that your shorter side stays in the middle. Both pieces through there, back through the loop. And the shorter pieces are in the middle, and then we start the same square knots as we did here, exactly the same on this side. Again, stopping when you have got about 17 inches or 43 centimeters. You can undo it from the clip and just put your pieces up together and just check that they meet evenly at the bottom. Square knots are the same length. So now we need to join the lanyard together. You need to take your 2 ends that you've knotted, making sure that the square knots are even next to each other. And now all these loose ends that you've got need to go through your keyring clasp here. So just post them through. And then hook your keyring up. I need to find 2 outside pieces. And we're going to do a square knot to join both sides together, so just make sure that that stays even. You need to leave a little bit of a gap here. Take the 2 outside pieces and wrap them all the way around, making a square knot to join the 2 sides together. Pull that nice and tight, and then you can just pull on these middle cords to just neaten up this top area here. To make sure that it doesn't pull them out of line. The square knot's the same. When you're happy with that, we're just going to chop off the loose ends. So, nice sharp pair of scissors, and just chop off in line with the top of the square knots here. Now this part is optional. If you want to add a little bit of hot glue underneath here to keep these loose strands down, then you can. Now we're going to finish it off with a gathering knot. So you want another piece of yarn which is about 35 or 40 centimeters long. I'm just using an offcut here from another make in the same yarn. We're going to make a gathering knot. So put your yarn straight across there, you've got there, hold that like that. Then you need to make a loop here, which you're also going to hold on to. Now this loose piece is going to go round and round and round until you've covered up all of those end strands that you just may or may not have just glued down. Just cover them all in nice and neatly. When you've got to the bottom, post your loose end back through the loop and pull on this top end here while still holding on to this bottom end. And now you'll see that your knot is going up inside, so you can let go of the bottom, pull it in, and then what I do is take the top and bottom, pull them against each other to make sure it's nice and tight. Now trim off the loose ends of your gathering knot. And then you can use your scissors to poke in any stray pieces. And there you have it. I've made your very own square knot macrame lanyard with a safety break finish.